Hey everybody, so today is a little bit of a interesting video for me. I don't do those frequently, but when I do them, I genuinely do them. So I can't call myself a drugstore queen. I'm not. I mostly use high-end products and that's just how I roll, and that's okay. And I am often curious about drugstore products, but I'm also unfortunately often disappointed. Therefore, I feel like I'm wasting more money shopping at the drugstore because I mostly don't like what I buy and then I don't end up returning it and it's a mess. However, today our video is about drugstore products that are really, really good. And I do know that not most of these products or a lot of these products people don't really talk about right now, so they're not hyped. It's not something that you might not see this somewhere else. But these I stand by as a good alternative to high-end products. As you know, if you're watching my channel, I'm pretty no nonsense about my products. If I don't like something, I get rid of it pretty much right away. I don't hang out with products. I don't sit on them and you know, hope that I'll use them up someday. No, if I don't like something, it goes. And these guys are sitting in here competing with my high-end products. And I want to show you what I have, and you know, maybe you'll find something for yourself, useful for yourself from this video, and try something that I'm recommending. I totally believe in all the stuff that I'm going to talk about. First and foremost, a product from NYX. Not everything from NYX I like, but I think they do have some interesting and decent products. Now this one I've been testing for a while, and this is NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation. I do know that on YouTube it was mentioned before. For me, it's a recent acquisition, and I have to say it's really, really good. First of all, packaging is of course not glamorous, but it is decent and actually really decent quality. Better than recent Guerlain packaging, if you ask me. It's decent, it's sturdy, the closure is good, it clicks closed. No issues with it. So this particular color is New Daphne. If you're interested, that's my color. It's not a perfect match, but they do have limited color selection, and this is the closest of where I purchased it. They were carrying, that's the closest color to my color. So it's a finely milled, nice powder with satin finish. So like I like, not too powdery. This is the kind of color we're talking about. This is the coverage. So you do have like a medium amount of coverage from this powder, which is for a powder foundation quite good. And as you blend it in, it really does well blending into the skin and sort of working with the texture of your skin. It doesn't highlight texture as much as other powder products do. Now, of course, it doesn't compete with my Guerlain Lingerie de Peau, which is my favorite powder foundation that I found so far that is pressed. But this is really, really decent, really, really good, much better than certain other high-end brands that I've been trying recently. In terms of application, I really like applying it with my little sort of fat kabuki from Tarte. Or if I want a sheer application, that's if I want to wear it as a foundation, that's what I use. And if I want to wear it as like a setting powder with minimal coverage, I'll go for a fluffy kabuki, which is what I use today, obviously. And this is from Elizabeth Arden. I keep those two kabukis right in front of me, and depending on what kind of coverage I'm looking for, I'll go into this powder. And I've already made a little bit of a dip in this powder, so as a testimony that I do wear it. Here you have a sponge at the bottom. Obviously this is virginal, I've never used it, but or maybe I used it once. Look, little side powder over here. But I think this is good for travel because the packaging is fairly sturdy and it does have a decent mirror with it. Clearly my fingerprints are on this one, but I think this is a really good powder, and it's a super good alternative if you're looking for something more affordable than say a Guerlain powder. It's decent, it's really quite good. Then this is everybody knows about already, but I will mention it because it is true. This is fantastic. This is Instant Age Rewind correctors from Maybelline. This is Eraser Dark Circles. I have it in the brightener, so the pink shade, and I have it in the fair color, which is my shade. Now these are newer purchases. I'm waiting to get into them, but I've owned this several times before, so this is not my first rodeo with these guys. These are fantastic, really nice thin formula with decent amount of coverage, sits on the skin very naturally, blends in well, works well with other products. I really like, I'm surprised that this formula is in Maybelline. Very affordable, really, 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 really good. They do claim also that they have some kind of goji berry and haloxyl extract here. Who knows? I don't notice any skincare benefits from them, but I don't necessarily look for skincare benefits in my makeup. That's for, you know, more for skincare, a job for skincare. So these are really, really good, and I do recommend you try them out if you're interested. Then a couple of Milani products. Milani have been making me happy recently. I think Milani's are really, really good, probably pulling forward to be one of my favorite makeup brands from the drugstore. And I'm not a connoisseur of drugstore makeup, but these are so nice. These are Milani powder blushes. This particular one is in 08 Tea Rose. This is a universally flattering pink color. I think it's wonderful. Finely milled. It holds on to skin much better than mine, for instance. That's what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing a Chanel blush. This has nothing on this in terms of staying power, I have to say. My Chanel blush does not last on me as well as this one does, and this one lasts on me all day very evenly, doesn't wear off in patches. It stays so well. Very, very impressed, and also very impressed with packaging. I mean, how cute. You really don't expect that kind of packaging from drugstore makeup, and I think they did such a good job packaging these blushes. They look very appealing. They have a lot of like hanger appeal, you know, when you see them, you just want to buy them. And this is exactly what happened to me. And I've been using it for a while. You need very little, so it hasn't even worn down yet, and I've been using it for about 2 months. So wonderful, really good product. I totally recommend it. Another Milani product is, if you're watching my Get Ready With Me's, I'm using all the time because this is the only brow gel that I have in my collection right now, and it is Brow Shaping Clear Gel. So Milani Brow Shaping Clear Gel is an epitome of decent brow gel. It doesn't have anything crazy, but I really don't find a lot of difference between this one and the Anastasia one. It holds my brows in place very nicely. I would like for the applicator to be smaller. Ideally, in my ideal universe, if I could have my way, then I would ask for them to make a smaller applicator. I also do find that it gets a little bit messy around. Like my finger on some towel. Like it gets a little bit messy around the nozzle, but I think because of the price, I can forgive those little shortcomings. The gel holds onto the brows very, very well. My brows had been set for an entire day, like maybe 14 hours, and they still look like I had just applied them. What a wonderful product. I do recommend you try that if you're looking for a clear brow gel. Then we have a couple of things from Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild, I think, is kind of buzzed about product in terms of affordable makeup. I haven't tried a ton from them, but I did declutter a whole bunch. I bought a few products and I did not like them. This was one of the products that I did keep in my collection I really, really like. So this is Ultimate Brow Highlighter by Wet n Wild. I think this is a really great base. You can highlight with it, under brow highlight. You can put it all over the lid, blend it in your finger, and apply products on top of it if you're fair-skinned, obviously. It's sort of a pinky light highlighter pencil. Precision application is very easy with that kind of a cream product, and it sits nicely over the skin. It's not drying, it's not greasy, it's just a perfect kind of formula. I like this. It's obviously not grease proof, but it acts as a really nice base. Another couple of products from Wet n Wild. I've spoken ad nauseum about these. I don't own any other drugstore shadows, just these Wet n Wild Quints and Trios. That's what I go for. They're fantastic quality, especially for the price, but even regardless of the price, they're still great quality, and I reach for them over some of my high-end makeup palettes. Then we have a product from Essence. I've recently done a video about my makeup tools that I keep on my vanity, and this was included in that. I think this is a good sharpener. I mean, I've quit buying expensive sharpeners and I've been sticking with Essence, and I've been happy with the quality of sharpener that I've been getting. The packaging is not the fanciest, but the blades are sharp and they are long lasting. For me, this has been probably a year since I've purchased this sharpener. I don't know if it works the same for everybody, but this is not the first one I bought. This is my third sharpener from Essence, and all of them have been working very well for me. I did not have any complaints about any of them. So I no longer purchase expensive sharpeners. Next, two products from Pixi. Really, it's the same kind of product. I use them for different things because they are meant for different things. This is Pixi Makeup Setting Mist. I'm not a huge fan of, you know, making my makeup long lasting by setting it with a setting spray, but I think this is kind of pretty good at that. It's hydrating, pore tightening, antioxidant rich, it says on the packaging, but for me this is a little bit drying, although I don't think it has, well, alcohol is ingredient number 2. But what I use this for is not to set my makeup. I use this to wet my brushes, to apply my shadows. If I want a wet shadow application, this is what I go for. I don't put this on my face. However, I put this on my face. This is a much nicer, more moisturizing, gentle formula. It's hydrating milky mist with hyaluronic acid and black oat. And this is Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist. This one I totally recommend. If this can be any spray, it doesn't really matter. You can wet your brushes with water, it'll still work. I probably won't repurchase this one. This one is actually quite good. This is a good hydrating makeup mist. It can be used as a toner before application of your skincare. It can be used as a last step to sort of take down the powderiness and blend the makeup on top of your skin. This can do both of these things, and the sprayer is actually quite nice. So I do enjoy this guy, and I might even repurchase it if it's convenient for me to repurchase it. Like if it's in the vicinity, I would probably buy a couple as backups. And 2 Nivea products. I am surprisingly into Nivea these days. I have found this eye makeup remover that is quite decent. I won't be able to be the person to tell you that this will remove your waterproof makeup. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't wear waterproof makeup, so I don't know. But this works well for my eyes. I just soak a cotton pad, then I place it over my eye, give it a couple of seconds, and then I sort of gently wipe off, and my eye makeup is gone. This is one of those dual phase ones, and I'm almost out of it. So again, testament about how much I like this guy. I would repurchase it if I was in a pinch. I'm kind of curious to try other makeup removers. I've tried quite a few. For some years I was loyal to my Yves Rocher one. I think they're quite similar. The Yves Rocher one is a little bit greasier. This one is nice. I enjoyed it, and I've used it quite a lot, obviously, and I would consider repurchasing it in the future, but I'm also curious to try other ones. It didn't irritate my eyes, and my eyes are very sensitive. The last thing I wanted to mention is a lip balm. And, you know, I'm a lip balm snob. I call it like it is. In general, I'm a makeup snob, skincare snob, and definitely lip balm snob. I do have my favorites that I do not stray from. For lip mask, I use either Agave by Bite, or my very favorite is the Nuxe Rêve de Miel lip mask. Well, it's really overnight lip treatment. For daytime, I like my Dior for my lip balms, and quite honestly, I was very impressed with this particular one from Nivea. I've tried a whole slew of these Nivea ones. I bought a set with quite a few of them, and I got rid of every single one because I found them dry rather than moisturizing, except for this one. And no, you know, funny enough, it's pure and natural milk and honey one. Looks like this. Of course, anything honey basically, I guess, works well for my lips. I'll show you. I actually used quite a fair amount of it. You see, it was flush with the top when I purchased it. So again, a testament of how much I am using this guy. And it comes with a lot of product. It comes with 4.8 grams. So a ton of product, really worth your money. And if you don't need like super hydration, if you just need like a little top up throughout the day, this is good. I don't think it's like you know, I don't think it's fantastic to the point where it can be used as like an overnight treatment. No. I have my favorites still and I don't stray from them, but this is really nice to throw into your pocket or your purse and to sort of rehydrate your lips every once in a while throughout the day. That's what the purpose of this guy is, and I think it does a really, really good job. I can't compare it to any of the high-end lip balms that I own, like the Dior Lip Glow is a different texture. The Sugar lip balms are a totally different texture. The L'Occitane one is, I think, also a different texture. I have to say, this is a different product to, it's not a dupe for anything that I can think of, but it's pretty good, and I would recommend you purchase this one, and particularly this one. All the other ones in the line, I can't speak for every single one, but the original and the blue one, the tinted ones, they're not as good. This one is better in my opinion and in my experience. The Milk and Honey one is the way to go. So I hope it was fun for you. Maybe you've sort of found a little bit of inspiration about some of the products that I've talked about, and you might want to check them out. Again, these are only the things, that, like the only basically drugstore things that I've kept. I occasionally would go through a phase where I'm like, I'm going to test out some drugstore makeup and skincare, and I try, and then I'm disappointed, and then I kind of pass them on. These guys stuck through declutters, and through declutters at the same level as my high-end stuff had stayed. Like I said, at the end of the day, good makeup or good skincare is good makeup or good skincare. I don't care. Packaging is not my very top priority. I prefer fantastic luxury packaging, but if I can buy really great quality for cheaper, like these products that I talked about today, I can live with suboptimal packaging. It's totally fine. I can take it. So these guys, I think for me, are some of my gems, some of the finds from the drugstore that I would totally recommend you try out. That's it for today. I hope it was fun for you to watch. See you guys later. Bye-bye.